Hi there, Cosmo family. My name is Yahlali in this incarnation. Well, yesterday, on April 1st, Mercury started its retrogradation on the degree 27. It is going to be awakened on the degree 15 on April 25th. So as I commented in the video of the energies of the week, this is a moment where we go inwards, where we process experiences, we do this review of what we've been transiting to find new perspectives, to extract light from those situations. And the contacts with Chiron that Mercury will have with Chiron, they are going to give us the opportunity to integrate healing in new levels. So, as I commented, the retrogradation is not the moment of big decisions, but on the other side, we are between eclipses, we are approaching an eclipse. So, there are a lot of things that life is going to move us, is going to carry us. What I'm trying to say is that we cannot pause ourselves for Mercury retrograde if everything is indicating that we have to take action, to move. On the other hand, the conjunction between Mars in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces is going to be more intensified. It's going to intensify. We are not there yet, but it will. And these transits with Saturn, many times they could feel a little bit heavy, but not because the planets are doing anything with us. They are only just putting in evidence part of ourselves that many times we have to work on. And with Saturn, this part that judges what happens outside, that is still judges what happens outside or what happens inside, could be activated. The inner critic, the self-exigency, the phrases like I should be in that space or I should be doing that thing. That is the ego rejecting what is, the experience as it is. So one of the most useless, no, on the contrary, one of the most useful lessons of Saturn is patience. Patience is not to wait for anything. It's not to look up for the results, neither. I think it's the contrary. Patience is like still acting and moving forward on what we feel in coherence with our soul in the here and now, but letting go of results, because it is the attachment to results what causes frustration. It is a form of resistance. So the fact that frustration appears invites us in first place to embrace it, to accept that it's there, and then to change the focus, because it is very probable that the mind is very is put in what is not there, or in the things that are not going to happen. And the mind can find many reasons to fear that kind of thoughts, because certainly the process of living many times doesn't meet the expectations of the ego, and that there we have another labor, which is the detachment of expectations. Many times we cling so much to what we know, precisely when life is inviting us to move forward in a path that we don't know what is coming, that we want to implant like these impressions of the past once and again, and we are not treating those situations or those moments as something new to discover. So this conjunction with Mars and Saturn, beyond healthy boundaries and responsible decisions, is also asking a refinement of our spirituality, because they are in Pisces, they are uniting in Pisces. So this refinement of spirituality is maturity, it means maturity. And this also requires to transcend the part of ourselves that feel victim of the circumstances, to assume the responsibility, which is not guilt, which is not punishment. That is still the ego in this connection. It is invoking this inner authority that can guide us to respond. From this word derives responsibility to respond in the present in the best way we can. And I think this also involves to let go having a plan because we could have certain level of organization based on what we want to build, but we don't know what is coming. We don't know how things will develop. We don't know anything. And it was always like this, but I think that right now, these days, these times, we have this profound need of rooting ourselves in the present. So, well, I am ending the video here. Thank you everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.